Jennifer Patterson was getting ready for bed when she heard it. Bang! Something slammed against the attic door so hard it bounced off the wall. Her two dogs, sound asleep just seconds before, launched into a frenzy, growling, howling, hair raised like they were staring down an intruder. But when Jennifer crept toward the stairs to see what caused it, no one was there. She figured maybe it was a draft. Maybe she imagined it. But then the attic door slammed shut again. And that was just the beginning, because the next time something came from upstairs, it grabbed her. And to understand how a quiet farmhouse in Indiana turned into something out of a horror movie, we have to rewind to the day Jennifer bought her dream home. Jennifer had just turned 24 when she found it, a 5-acre farmhouse with a barn and a stocked pond, everything she'd ever wanted. Her dad knew a guy selling the place. The previous owner had passed, and the house sat untouched, frozen in time. The price was a steal too good to pass up. From the exposed wood beams in the living room to the smell of country air out back, Jennifer was hooked. Even before moving in, she would visit just to walk through it. It felt peaceful, charming, safe, at least at first. The first warning came before she ever unpacked a single box, when a coworker stopped by to check out the place and casually asked, "Who else is here?" Jennifer laughed. "No one, just us." Her friend didn't smile. "I saw someone walk across the hallway back there." Jennifer brushed it off. Probably just a shadow, or bad lighting. But the hallway her friend pointed to, that's where things would get worse later. And they did. After officially moving in, Jennifer started to notice something weird. The house smelled old, like a nursing home. But that made sense. An elderly couple had lived there for years. What didn't make sense was what came next. Every time she walked down the hallway, she would get hit with a wave of aftershave. Thick, cheap, unmistakable. Like someone had just walked past her wearing 1950s cologne, but no one was there. The smell followed her, always behind her, like she was being trailed. And it only got weirder. Late at night, she'd hear people talking, not loud enough to make out the words, but clear enough to know it was a conversation. It happened so often she began to memorize the rhythm of the voices. Sometimes she'd hear old music playing, twangy and distant, like it was coming from a gramophone in another room. And yet every time she went searching for the source, there was nothing. But the real shift came during a housewarming party, when someone uninvited made their presence known. Jennifer had invited a few friends over to celebrate her new home. One friend brought her boyfriend, someone Jennifer had never met. The guy stayed quiet most of the night, until he pulled Jennifer aside. "There are people in this house," he told her. Jennifer laughed. "Yeah, like 20 of them. We're having a party." He shook his head. "No, they're not alive, and they don't want you here. This is their house." Jennifer stood there frozen. She hadn't told him anything, nothing about the smells, or the voices, or the hallway shadow. She thought maybe it was a prank, but the guy disappeared right after that, just left without a word. The next day, her friend admitted something. Her boyfriend was a psychic. "I don't know if he's legit," she said, "but he said he's never felt anything like that before." And what she said next made Jennifer's blood run cold. "He said there's a man and a woman, and they are not happy." That might have been the moment to sell the house and move, but Jennifer stayed, and that's when the physical stuff began. It started in the basement. Jennifer had been tearing down some rotting wall panels when she heard it. "Get out." It was faint. Could have been her imagination. Then she pulled down another panel. "Get out." This time louder, angry, clear. Jennifer sprinted for the stairs. She was halfway up when something grabbed her ankle. Hard. She didn't look back. She didn't have to. From then on, the house didn't just feel creepy. It felt dangerous. She began to wonder if someone had died there. Turns out, they had. A coworker told her the truth. The house was built by a man named Carl Johnson. He constructed it from the ground up while his family lived in the basement. It was his life's work, his sanctuary. But when Carl's wife passed away, right in what would become Jennifer's bedroom, he was never the same. He refused to use the dishwasher because only she knew how to load it right. He sat in silence for years until, eventually, he passed away in the house too. Jennifer hadn't known, the seller never mentioned it, and while she tried to believe Carl's spirit was just confused or protective, things kept escalating, because soon, the spirits turned their attention to her guests. Jennifer met Sean at work. He was logical, science-minded, a total skeptic until he moved in. Right away, flies started appearing, dozens of them, always in the kids' room. No smell, no rot, just flies. They'd vacuum them up. The next day, more, over and over. And that was just the beginning. One night they were watching TV when an inflatable mattress flew off a closet shelf across the hallway. Not fell, launched. Another time, Jennifer woke up in the middle of the night and saw a man standing next to her bed. Not a person, a shape, blacker than the dark around it, just watching. But it was the door incident that finally pushed Sean past the point of denial. He always locked their bedroom door at night, but one night while they were both asleep, the door handle turned, the lock popped, the door opened, and then came the loudest bang they'd ever heard, like someone kicked the front door in. Sean jumped up, grabbed his gun, and searched every inch of the house. Nothing was broken, no one was there, except somehow someone was. And they were just getting started. When their 3-year-old son started talking to people who weren't there, it changed everything. He'd flip through picture books, then hold them up, like he was showing someone, smiling, chatting, like someone invisible was reading with him. At first they thought it was cute. Then they remembered. Carl and his wife had 4 kids, and they had lived in that basement, whatever was in the house. It wasn't just watching anymore. It was interacting, and the thought of it reaching their son, that's when Jennifer called for help. But what the investigators found didn't bring peace. The Fort Wayne Shadow Chasers came out with equipment, a psychic, and an electrical engineer, because at first they thought Jennifer might be faking it, but they changed their minds quickly. They caught clear EVPs. A male voice sneezing when only women were in the house, another voice saying, "Don't go." The engineer searched the walls for hidden speakers, found nothing. Eventually the team burned sage, performed blessings, and told Jennifer something she never wanted to hear. "We don't think they can be removed. The best you can do is try to coexist." But Jennifer had been pushed down the stairs, twice. She'd heard voices, been grabbed, terrified, and now, whatever it was after her family. She didn't want to coexist. She wanted out. Jennifer and Sean packed up and left. Her parents tried finishing the renovations. They didn't believe in ghosts until they stayed there. They heard footsteps, saw objects move, watched a fly swatter that had been hanging on a nail suddenly appear at the bottom of the stairs. Eventually, even they gave up. The house has been sold several times since then, and no one stays for long. Jennifer's story was featured on A Haunting, though she later said the dramatizations were exaggerated and misleading. The truth, she claims, was already scary enough, and after everything that happened, she only has one message for the next person who lives in that house. If something tells you to get out, listen.